Ruben Amorim stood frozen in the middle of Blundell Park, an unfamiliar and thundering stadium. A grim expression adorned his face, not only because of Manchester United's humiliating defeat to a fourth-tier English team, but also because of the jeers that rained down on him from all sides. Hundreds of Grimsby Town fans, celebrating like heroes, chanted, "Sacked in the morning." The words hit him like a cold wave, making him aware of the abyss that might await him. This result wasn't just a defeat, but a dark chapter in history that will continue to haunt the Red Devils. For the first time in the club's rich history, Manchester United were eliminated by a fourth-tier team in a cup competition. After a 2-2 draw in a dramatic match, they ultimately succumbed in a tense penalty shootout with a score of 11-12. This defeat symbolized a setback and raised major questions about the club's future. Ruben Amorim's press conference after the humiliating defeat was a major media highlight. With a weary tone and a grim expression, he made no attempt to hide his disappointment. His remarks, which sounded resigned and uninspired, immediately sparked wild speculation about his future at the club. Various media outlets competed to interpret his every word as a strong signal that he would soon leave Old Trafford. Tensions escalated when Amorim hinted that a major decision might be announced during next week's international break. This statement, delivered with a bitter tone, further fueled speculation about his increasingly fragile position as Manchester United manager. Fans and the media now anxiously await whether the international break will spell the end of Amorim's time at Old Trafford. Amidst the gloomy atmosphere following the defeat to Grimsby Town, Ruben Amorim tried to remain strong. However, he couldn't hide his deep disappointment. He made a surprising statement to ITV. "I think the players sent a very strong signal today. Clearly, something needs to change, and replacing everyone is not the solution," Amorim said, implying the need for more fundamental changes. With the pressure mounting, Amorim stated that the upcoming international break will be a crucial time to make the right decisions. He hopes to use this period to evaluate everything from player performance to team strategy, hoping to find solutions to the club's current crisis. However, he also acknowledges that his own future could be at stake. A tough task awaits Ruben Amorim and his squad. Saturday's match against Burnley at Old Trafford will be a tough mental and physical test. However, an even bigger challenge lies ahead. The 2-week international break will be a crucial time for evaluation and intensive preparation ahead of the Manchester Derby against City on September 14, a match that could decide the course of their season. Omar Berrada and Jason Wilcox, who have recently assumed key positions within Manchester United's management structure, now face a significant challenge. The decision regarding Ruben Amorim's future will be the first test of their ability to make strategic decisions and lead the club through a difficult period. This decision will determine whether they can live up to the high expectations placed upon them. Under pressure, Ruben Amorim demonstrated leadership by refusing to blame the humiliating defeat. He emphasized that the loss was the collective responsibility of the entire team, not the fault of individuals like Andre Onana, despite the fact that Grimsby's 2 goals were scored by costly blunders by the Cameroonian goalkeeper. Amorim expressed disappointment, stating, "This is a fourth-tier team. Andre should have been able to handle the pressure and play calmly, even if only relying on his footwork." However, he quickly emphasized that the root of the problem went deeper than individual errors. He argued that the team's mentality, lacking intensity and fighting spirit from the start, was the primary cause of this humiliating defeat. Manchester United looked to be struggling to cope with Grimsby Town's intense pressing. The fourth-tier side even led 2-0 before the Red Devils managed to force a draw in the final minutes of the second half. However, for Ruben Amorim, a draw or even a penalty shootout victory were not the main points of contention. For him, his team's poor performance throughout the 90 minutes was enough to signal that even a win wouldn't feel deserved and wouldn't mask the underlying problems. Patrick Dorgu and Manuel Ugarte, two new recruits expected to bolster Manchester United's defence and midfield, performed disappointingly in this match. Dorgu struggled to deal with Grimsby Town's attacks, while Ugarte failed to make a significant contribution in midfield. As a result, both were substituted in the first half. Joshua Zirkzee, who had just recovered from injury, also failed to make the expected impact, coming on for only 8 minutes. This shows that the new players still need time to adapt and reach their peak form. Bryan Mbeumo, who emerged as the hero with a last-minute equalizer, faced immense pressure in the penalty shootout. Unfortunately, he failed to overcome the pressure and his shot hit the crossbar. This moment proved decisive in Manchester United's defeat and demonstrated the importance of mental toughness and composure in crucial situations. Mbeumo's failure served as a valuable lesson for the entire team. Leny Yoro, one of the talented young players expected to shine at Manchester United, was fortunate not to be included in the squad for the match against Grimsby Town. This likely protected him from the disappointment and criticism he would have received if he had performed poorly. Meanwhile, Javi Mainu, once a star in the first team, was forced to play the full 120 minutes. This decision raises significant questions, given his diminished role and potential future transfer potential. Manchester United slumped to another humiliating defeat against Grimsby Town. This defeat was not just a bad result, but also a psychological blow that could destroy the team's future. Ruben Amorim and the club's management are now under immense pressure to find an effective solution and return the team to winning ways before it's too late. Will they be able to overcome this crisis and lead Manchester United back to glory, or will they allow the team to continue its downward spiral? Time will tell. That's all, and thank you for watching our video discussion this time. Don't forget to subscribe and like, guys. Thank you.